Hello, family. So, I think my favorite funny thing was we were out having a picnic somewhere, and Grandma was there, and she was fiddling around the picnic table, and she just started jumping around because she thought a snake had wrapped around her leg, and I don't think I've ever seen Grandma move that fast before. But it ended up being a stick, and it was hilarious. We did not get it on video, but yep. Anyways, hello from Georgia, South Carolina area. Love you guys.
My memory this morning is when I was a child, very young. I'm not exactly sure. I think we lived in New Bern at the time. But I remember for some reason I decided that the best tasting stuff that I could eat was Jergens lotion. So I would sneak into Mother's room, as best I recall, and I would get a little bit of the Jergens lotion. Why? I have no idea why I enjoyed eating it. I have no idea how long I did that, but I know that my siblings found out about it and kidded me a lot about it. So in the midst of all we're going through today, let me just say, should you ever decide that you need a little something extra to boost your time, to make you feel good, and to just give a different taste on life, have a little Jergens lotion. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.
Let's talk about childhood memories. A favorite one for me when I was 11. Oh, it was my birthday, guys. And all of a sudden I had this little gift on the table in the kitchen. We were in Williamson, North Carolina. Open up the gift. It was from like the dollar store, but I was still excited. But inside the gift was this piece of paper. And there were some instructions on it, and the instructions rhymed. So I know Sandy Matthews was involved. Hey, right, April? So these rhyming instructions led me to find my next gift that was hidden somewhere in the house. And I started going to 6 places, 7 places, 8 places. I finally came back, and the last place, Mom and Dad's bedroom, was on the top of the closet. Open up the closet door at the very top. There it was. The holy grail of all gifts. It was the original Nintendo Entertainment System. I mean, guys, you gotta understand, every weekend I've been going over to Keenan Hopkins' house to play at his place. Practically the only reason we were friends. And now I had my own. I was somebody. I was somebody on the block. And I fell in love with it. It was all I wanted to do was play these games. Oh, what an awesome time. Oh, fun fact. About 2 weeks ago, when I was out, this was before we were quarantined, and I saw someone was selling throwback systems to these original Nintendo systems, and I bought one, and I came home, and Kelsey comes in the door, and she sees me playing it, and I'm like just playing the game. I'm so into it. And she was like, Drew, this was kind of a dumb move. And I said, sweetie, I have got news for you. I can do a lot dumber. You wait and see. So I did, you know? I mean, there it is, man. That's my story. And I'm sticking with it.
Greetings from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Have certainly enjoyed your comments. Wayne and I are sitting on our upper deck enjoying, what is this? Champagne and sparkle, half and half. It's very beautiful here. It's rained much today. It's about 59 degrees. And I'm going to show you why we're out here on this porch. There's a fountain, 2 fountains and a pond. It's very pretty. I hope you saw that. It was a quick version. Wayne will get to his happy childhood memories. There are some that he'll share with you later, but the one that came to mind first, I was in about the 1st grade. We lived at Fort Barnwell. Got home and my mother was painting the hallway. She was standing up on a table painting, and I got a step stool and got up on the table with her, and she says, you better get down. I said, yes ma'am. And about the time that I started to get down, the hem of my dress caught the stir stick, and as I jumped down, here comes a bucket of cold paint. No, Yeah, that was true, but I didn't get any harsh tones or I didn't get a spanking. She was very sweet about it, and that's why I'm so sweet today. Take care, have a good evening, and we'll continue to enjoy your comments. Thanks, bye-bye, love to all.
Happy first day of spring to everyone from Winston-Salem. I'm at Renova Village, and I just wanted to show you the beautiful, beautiful tulips. In memories, as we think about memories, I remember about 3 or 4 years old, maybe 4 years old, and we lived in somewhere out of maybe around Aden or somewhere out of that. I remember that Mother and Daddy got a brand new sewing machine. Mother was so excited, and it was something that she had wanted for such a long time. They unloaded the sewing machine. I thought, wouldn't it be neat to see what kind of really special design I could put on the sewing machine? So I took a pen and I did all kinds of little markings on the sewing machine. When Mother came back in, she was so upset that I had ruined her brand new sewing machine that she and Daddy had sacrificed for, that they laid me across their knees and they both spanked me, one right after the other. And of course, that is why today I never sew anymore. That's my special memory, but enjoy the gorgeous flowers. Take care, love you all, bye-bye.
Here's Daz. He's going to be my stand-in. I think maybe I kind of look like him. Right now I do anyway, with no makeup and my hair all matted up. But anyway, decided to take spring break off, literally, and just rest. So here's my story. It's about grandmother, and it's about the farm. Had wonderful, wonderful memories of the farm. One day when I was little, I decided to go into the chicken coop where there was a really nasty, mean old rooster. And I can't remember. Grandmother told me not to go in, but hey, I went in anyway. But anyway, so I'm in there, and I am messing around, and that rooster comes for me, starts flapping at me, starts pecking at me, and Grandmother races in, and she basically pulls me out, and the next thing I know, she's grabbed at that rooster, because nothing is gonna peck at her granddaughter, but she grabbed at that rooster and she took him over and chopped his head off, and we had him for dinner. Of course, after she chopped his head off, he went running all over the farm with his head off and blood going everywhere, and it was gross. But anyway, we had him for dinner, and I think that she kind of got maybe some revenge out, or maybe her anger out. I'm not sure what happened, but boy, that poor rooster, he didn't stand a chance. So Grandma to the rescue. And on the farm there were great memories, and one of them was Granddaddy always took us down to that corner store on the very end of the long road before you got up to the farm, and he used to let us pick candy, and I would always get 10 pieces of bubble gum in a little brown bag. And he would pay for it, and then I'd come back and I'd sit in that really cool kind of screened-in area they had out there, where they had the picnic table and all that stuff, and I would put all 10 pieces in my fat little mouth and chew and chew and chew till my jaws hurt. So, love spending time with them. So that's my story. And
wait just a minute. I have 2 of the best sister-in-laws in the world. Love them to death, but one sister-in-law left me out of this thing. Okay? A little PO'd about it, just wanted to let everybody know. I got stories. You would believe the stories that I've got, so
No, I don't think we want to hear his stories. They might be a little obscene. But anyway, we love you guys very much. Wish we were all closer, and can't wait to hear more stories. Love ya. Bye. And David will have his on here pretty soon, I'm sure. Bye.
My first story is that when I was in 11th grade, I was able to go with a wind band to Europe to play concerts in Europe during the summer break. And I'll never forget driving into Manhattan in a big white station wagon with a car top carrier and Oklahoma license plates, and as we're driving through the intersections, people are pounding on the hood of our car going, "What are you doing?" And then finally we get to the hotel and there's no parking space, and so my dad takes me and my suitcase into the hotel, and he finds somebody with the band and he leaves me. and he drops me off with them, and he made sure I was safe, but he left everybody else out in the car. So I was with the band people in a hotel in Manhattan, people I didn't know. He walked back out to the car, and he started driving out of town. Mom thought he was going to go find a parking space, but he didn't. He just drove away. And so Mom never got to say goodbye to me, and she was mad at him for the rest of the trip through North Carolina all the way back to Oklahoma because he hadn't let her say goodbye, and she was worried that I was with total strangers. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm remembering and showing you through beautiful pictures a special time when actually, growing up, Jan and I would have to do some cleaning. But I didn't really want to clean, and so since I did not want to clean, what I would do is I would actually just go into the big room where the TV was, and while she was working and cleaning, I would turn down, especially if I thought she was going to come in and catch me, I would turn down the sound and the color on the old TV, and she would come in because I felt sure she wouldn't know that I wasn't cleaning. I was actually watching television. But somehow she could walk in the room and she could actually feel the vibrations or whatever energy waves that came off from the TV. And she would say, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be cleaning." She would catch me every time. That's my first remembrance. Jan, thank you for helping me be a better cleaner today.
Hey everybody, so I've got one. When we were younger, Mom and Dad took Drew and I to Washington, D.C. I think I was maybe 12 and Drew was about 10. And Mom and Dad had the old video camera where you could just, like the big hunky monstrous one that everybody had at the time. So we were walking down, a rainstorm had just happened in D.C. and we were walking down near the National Square, and I had closed my umbrella up, and Drew was running ahead of us, and Mom and I were walking, and Dad was behind us filming, and there's actually still video evidence of this, I believe. And I start swinging the umbrella just for fun, pretending like I'm hitting a baseball. I don't know. We all know I'm not athletic. And so all of a sudden, I swing it really hard, and the umbrella goes flying off. I still have the stick in my hand, but the umbrella itself goes flying off and lands in the bushes of some estate or some house that's right there in the National Square. So I go run and get it. It says keep off the grass, but I go run and get it and bring it back, and Mom and I could not stop laughing. And to this day, it is still a hilarious memory. I don't even know that I could find the location again, but Mom has the videotape somewhere of when all of this happened. So anyway, that's my funny story. We had a lot of them growing up. But anyway, bye!
In 1988, the Matthews family went to Washington, D.C. Yes, we brought this big VHS camera and we recorded everything. And we had to rent it, and it came with this big case. My dad made me carry it around all of D.C., so I looked like a terrorist. Oh, this is funny. My dad got in trouble because he zoomed in on this woman's boobs, and my mom found out that night when we watched the dailies. Oh, classic Drew face.
Go, bro.
Irritating my father. Defacing statues. And making my sister uncomfortable about her body odor. Now listen to the support of my family as I tried out my comedy routine.
He's in front of it. Look at him. I told him not to. Mama, tell him to move.
I even tried it out again at the zoo, and still didn't have much support. But my mother loves me. That's all that matters.